Okay. Hi students. My name is Cassandra.
My name is Aiden.
And this is Inside BDE's first video. So first of all, I'd like to say that we are not sponsored by the university or by SALA, School of Architecture and Landscape Architecture. We're just students who are trying to create a resource that we would have loved to have when we were applying to BDEs. I'll just give an overview of today's video. I'll talk about who this video is for, what this video is, the terms that are important in understanding the program and university, an overview of the program and the curriculum, a summary of the application requirements. Many students will be sharing their creative tests with you guys in this video. That'll be a great resource to look at, some examples of past submissions. There are some other opportunities as well, such as the speed crit opportunities. I'll be talking about those, as well as the questions form, in which some questions that you guys will be asking will be answered in a future video or directly in the form. So, okay, hit the bell. That's pretty good. What is this video? This video is specifically for seniors or juniors in high school who are interested in applying to the BDES program. We will be sharing general knowledge about the program and sharing our application materials and some general advice. As I said, there are feedback opportunities for your own application, so remember to register in the link in the description. There's limited spots available. And then there's also a questions survey which will be monitored, and some substantial questions will be answered in a future video. Feel free to ask anything, even if it's not specifically architecture or BDES related. So we can start with the terms. BDES is Bachelor of Design in Architecture, Landscape Architecture, and Urbanism. That's the full name.
Next is SALA, which stands for the School of Architecture and Landscape Architecture. That encompasses both BDES and a lot of master's degrees related to design, landscape architecture, urban design, all sorts of stuff like that.
A course is a class that you take in university. Cameraman is laughing. And an elective or elective course is a class that you choose to take rather than one that is required for your degree. So there's required courses and there's elective courses. Some people take things that they're interested in that are like unrelated to their program, or some people take things that complement what they're already learning about in the required courses. What did you do?
I personally did both. I took some classes that were adjacent, like one in urban forestry, one in urban planning, and then I took some completely different ones, like philosophy and Chinese. Next we have credits. Each course is a specific number of credits. Usually for a standard course it's 3 credits, and those are basically points that count towards the accomplishment of your degree. We have a specific number per year to accomplish, and part of those are from required classes and part of those are from elective credits. We have like 6 studio classes, which tend to range from 6 to 9 credits each, and that's just because it's a lot of work. You will need a certain number of classes to be higher level credits, which come from any course that has, each course has a number associated with it. Any higher level will be anything 300 or 400 level.
I guess something to keep in mind is how many electives you have to fulfill is different from how many your classmates might need to fulfill, because some people take AP classes or IB, and that contributes to university credits. So don't just do whatever your friends are doing. Figure out how many credits you need for yourself and decide based on that. One more thing for electives, look at the higher level electives even if you are in first year or second year, because some of them need prerequisites, so you're gonna have to get those out of the way before you can take those more interesting courses. A studio class is like the core of an architectural program. I guess it's defined by the style. You have things like desk crits, pinups, and reviews. Studio classes are the ones that kind of feel like 2 or 3 classes worth of work. Tuition is the price that you pay for classes, and that's apart from living expenses. And this is assessed on a per credit basis, meaning studio classes, which are 6 to 9 credits, are going to be more expensive. All right, ring the bell. Overview of our program. First, I'd like to say this is a Bachelor of Design program, and it's not just architecture. You learn about architecture, landscape architecture, and urbanism, as it says in the large name. It's kind of different per year. For first year, there's a lot of electives. You can kind of choose what you want to learn. You'd be doing a lot of hand drawing and a lot of the required courses at a foundation for your later work. So you'll be taking geography, writing, etc. And it's not necessarily architectural. What did you think of first year?
First year was definitely really open, and you had just plenty of opportunity to explore anything you wanted to, which sadly that goes away after first year. Not entirely, but mostly. That is a great opportunity to explore anything that you might be interested but might not be part of your degree, or something you'd want to go into in the future. It's a great opportunity to, using your elective credits to explore different opportunities.
One thing I forgot to mention is if you go to the SALA website, go to study, and then undergraduate degrees, click on BDes, and then curriculum. That page will show you what courses, required courses, and electives you will have to take in your first year, second year, third year, all of the years. And that's what a lot of us, I think, referred to when we were registering for classes. So take a look at that, because I didn't. Second year, software focused. You also take your first studio class that's mainly about context and landscape as well as form. So it's still a bit abstract. I'd say you're not working on housing or anything. It's just mainly pavilions and bridges. Let me not give spoilers. But I'd say it's a pretty difficult year just because it's so different from your first year. You're taking all of your courses together with all of the other BDes students. So that creates a pretty nice community. Competition does sprout out of that.
There's definitely a learning curve when it comes to trying to design and fulfill an image that's in your head while learning the software that you have to use to do that. So it's definitely, everybody agrees that it's one of the harder years, but it's also one of the most beneficial years because that's the point where you can start narrowing in what you're interested in and narrowing in what kinds of softwares you're good at and what kinds of styles you like to do. So it's a blessing and a curse, that second year.
Yeah. Don't be scared though. We all survive. Most of us. Okay, so third year, the one that we're in, we just finished our first semester, and that was about residential buildings and housing. Third year is honestly quite fun. You're past the learning curve of learning the software. I mean, I'm still really bad at Photoshop, but I just avoid it at this point. But you kind of know better what you're doing. I think the profs also trust you more with your projects.
I loved third year. That's been my favorite part of this degree so far. It's just, I think second year is full of all of the supplemental things you need to know during a design, like exploring different materials, site analysis, using a variety of different softwares to design. And third year is where you can really incorporate all of that into your design. So that's when it, for me at least, where it felt like it was getting serious. Like this is ramping up,
We're in our second term now. We just started, and we're working on landscape architecture. Not everyone is into that, but I'm trying to keep an open mind. Everything is focused on landscapes instead of the forms of buildings now, and about the natural landscape. What did you do? But I don't know, not much to say about it yet because we just started. There's a lot of readings, but they're all pretty interesting. Not that I've done any yet. Okay, fourth year. On the SALA website, you can see that there are a lot of courses about urbanism. Fourth year is entirely about at the building scale. I feel like I'm so red right now. I love urbanism. The cameraman obviously does not because he's pointing. But there's also an interesting course that some people are doing in their third year right now called Entrepreneurship and Ethics in Design. Do you, or cameraman, or this person in the corner, have anything else to say about our student experience? Anything that was surprising or notable?
I do have something to say. Sort of we were discussing earlier that this is a design degree rather than an architecture degree. And I think a huge benefit of that is that you can use what you've learned from the degree in so many different things. You can go into product design, industrial design. I've heard of people going into set design for musicals and movies. It's just, there's so much that goes into design thinking and the design process, that it's a very transferable skill across many different disciplines.
Ring the bell! Next, we're going to talk about the application requirements. You don't have to complete the personal profile unless you're doing it for your second choice. As for the supplemental application, obviously this is required. You will need to complete creative tests, a video interview, and a resume. The creative tests, what it says on the website is you will be required to complete 3 short design projects that will be assigned through an online system. And the prompts are slightly different every year. And for our year, I'll put it up on the screen, but basically it was design a lamp for an iPhone or a light bulb, an animal domicile, and a mediating element or mask. The video interview, I know a lot of people didn't, but I read from a script and I showed the camera that I was holding a piece of paper. I don't think anybody else did that. That was kind of risky of me. So I don't know if this is advice, but that's what I did and I got in. Yeah, but definitely research about your precedent. Look like you want to be there.
Dress nicely and prepare something. Prepare some notes, maybe some bullet points or a script. Don't go off the dome, which is what I did.
I think the video interview is timed, and I remember when I was doing the interview, I think you only get 1 chance at it. I looked up from my paper and the timer had already went off. Yeah. Cameraman says, have a narrative or a story. That's good advice. Thank you, cameraman. Cornerman, do you have anything to say?
I just read for bullet points, honestly. Just be very mindful of the amount of time you have left.
Okay, I hope you guys heard that. By the way, cameraman and cornerman are also in betas and they are our roommates. Yeah. Okay, the rest of the video is going to be about the creative tests. I'll make a little bit of a conclusion, but this video was made because we didn't feel like there was enough resources or information online about the program or examples of the creative test. I watched one video from Alex Lee where she showed her creative tests and gave some advice, and that was really helpful for me. So we're kind of adding to that resource. Again, we are not trained, we are not part of the admissions team, but I would hope that we would know better about architecture school than you do. No offense. Conclusion, looking forward. There will be a questions form in the bio, is it called? Description. And that will be for like any questions that you guys might have about the program or anything university related. It's going to be monitored, and some recurring questions or substantial questions will be answered in the next video that we make, to be determined when that's going to come out. I'm sorry. But yeah, don't be intimidated. I did not know the difference between a program and a course once, and that was after I got in. There's also speed crit opportunities, so beta students will be giving you feedback on your work in progress creative tests, and these are peer-based and informal because we are not part of the admissions team. So take that with a grain of salt. See it as, you know, getting experienced students with like a fresh set of eyes to look at your work. The forms are provided in the description and there are limited spots, so please remember to register. Thank you.
Thank you.
Press the bell. Creative test time. Woo!